Welcome, dear steamers, to this ninth edition of the Mundane as Art. And I was really overwhelmed with the response to this particular round. We had 444 comments on the post and 1,491 views, something that I have never experienced before. So I really want to thank you so much. So just having a quick look around here, you can get an idea that moss and lichen are far from mundane because we see lots of different colors. And I'm just really pleased with what you have accomplished on this particular round. I picked out 40 to begin with, and there were some really good ones, and it really tugged at my heart to have to eliminate 20 and get down to a final 20. I went a little bit off the board with some of them, as you'll see in a moment that we've got some really different types of pieces. You notice that our space here, once again, we're in a different gallery now, a little bit bigger. It's got that fantastic skylight, so I just think it looks great. I'm just so pleased with the results and so pleased to work together with you on these projects. Our ninth gallery, I think that's quite something. So let's start having a tour now. We'll look at the pieces individually and you'll see Maxine Power. Look at all the different colors that this lichen has formed on that rock. I think it just looks really nice. Here we've got just all in one tone, more or less, and shade, the different variations of a very light colored green, but the patterns are this one, Live Life Fullest. I just love that. I love the way it looks. I love the ridges around this lichen that's growing on the rocks. Look at this one from Ileana 56. She's really used an interesting depth of field just to get a small portion of it into focus and that blue in the tones there. This one is a little bit off the board here, but that's a roof, something like the roof on my house actually, and I usually try to get that moss off that grows, but it looks great there. Laylar, I really like this one. The different shades, colors, and pattern of that is fantastic. This one is a very interesting shot. It must be taken from the ground looking up the trunk of a tree with this moss growing on it. Again, Sarah Hart. I just love this. Look at the colors. That does look like a painting, doesn't it? It looks like something you would walk into a gallery and buy. Again, I went a little bit of different direction here. There's moss growing on the ground, but on that mailbox, U.S. mail, what's growing on there, it just makes it interesting to me. Off-Grid Life. He usually sends in some interesting submissions here, and just love the tones there in that particular piece. Bugavi, here again, I think she pulled something off interesting here. I'm not sure if that's the bark of a tree, the trunk as it intersects with the snow. Old timer, this reminds me of back home when I used to live in Canada. The Canadian Shield, which makes up a large portion of the country, is the rock is full of lichen like that. Tim Spalls, that's spectacular. He even mentioned the name of that particular lichen that was growing. Look at this moss here, Melinda 010100. That looks so soft, and you just want to go and pet it as if it was a house pet. Shasta always puts something interesting, and it has quite an eye for photography. I like the green detail in the left there. Sylvia Beneforte, well, she's the proud owner of a new camera, so why not check it out and join our contest? Way to go, Sylvia Beneforte. Really love that. Here again, I went a bit off the rails here. Pumba, this graffiti on the wall that's been overtaken by this algae or moss that's growing there. Eric Boucher always has something interesting to offer. Look at the pink lichen with the green moss around it. Very interesting. Just love it. Country Girl, again, this stone that I'm so used to from where I'm from. She's also from Ontario. And you just see the colors and patterns on that rock. Jung Watercolor, again, doesn't that look beautiful? That is a piece of art as if hung on the wall. So that's the tour. We've had a look at 20 pieces there, and I enjoyed it. I hope that you did. I'm just going to zoom out one more time. I want to thank you just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm pretty sure that we got them all. And I really want to thank you again for joining us for another edition of the Mundane as Art. It's another, I would say, very successful journey, and working together on these projects brings me a lot of joy. It helps to build the community, gives us a fun project to have. 9 galleries, guys. That's really something, and I thank you again. And I'm signing off, and you can look forward to an announcement soon for round 10 of the Mundane is Art. This is Kus-knee, the old dog, signing off.